Fired up. Let's do your thing here, bud. Nobody's any better at this than you are. Have fun. Take a deep breath.
Give them hell at the end. Good luck to you.
Fight like hell like we do every week. You are the best here. Brett, be affirmative. You told me to get on.
Info. Ready. Ready. Go slow. Green, green, green. Lock it down, lock it down. 14.
I'm destroyed, and I just got drove through like 6 times on the 14th. What the f*** is he thinking? That is the stupidest thing I've seen in my career. Literally.
Everything you described is accurate. Haven't even finished the second stage yet. Half the field's wrecked.
Hell yeah. 11 got it.
Rowdy there, Matt. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day. Great work, my man. Great work.
Keep putting yourself in position, we'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job.
Therefore, great job, guys.
And welcome back to Racing in the Draft. My name's Mark, and boy, was Atlanta interesting to say the least. They tore up a lot of cars, and I think it was a little too much actually. But there's I don't know of any real way to change the track other than maybe with a package or rules change from NASCAR to separate them just a little bit. But I think that's what the fans wanted, and I think that's what the track and NASCAR wanted. I'm not sure that's what the owners of the teams wanted, or maybe the drivers, because a couple of them came out quite bruised and probably some hurt feelings, but that's okay. It was an exciting race. It was fun to watch. Not sure if you got a chance to catch it, but if you did not, definitely go back and at least watch the highlights. It was, I don't even really know the words to state how crazy that race was. But our winner, William Byron, finally making it to victory lane this year, and our 5th different driver so far for the 2022 season, and 5 races are now in the books. Let's look at our optimal lineups from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway. As just stated, William Byron finished first, so he definitely made the optimal lineup, and he led 11 laps. We did kind of have, once again, I'm going to call it half a dominator, with Ross Chastain leading 42 laps, but out of 325, that's not really dominating. He did end up finishing second. He actually blew a tire while he was leading the race, but was able to get himself back up on the lead lap after, I think, going 2 laps down. But either way, as we can kind of see, the optimal lineup was kind of scattered everywhere. We had Ross Chastain, who started 7th, who finished 2nd. Kurt Busch starting 9th, finishing 3rd. But either way, we had kind of a half a dominator, 4 place differentials, and 2 value picks. I do have an interesting stat coming up after this slide on the most interesting lineup that I found. Nobody that I saw ran it, and I'm not sure anybody would have run it. I don't know, I might the next time we come here. But either way, we had all 5 of the top 5 finishers make the optimal lineup. And if you had taken all of them, you would have had $2,900 left, which was something I definitely thought would probably be the case, was you definitely weren't going to come close to spending all of your money. But our optimal lineup challenge after 4 races sees the lead get tied up. Eric Almirola kind of held that 3 optimal lineups by himself there for a while, but now Daniel Suarez and Ross Chastain have worked their way up to tie him. Will they take the lead this week? I think Ross may be a good pick for that. He actually did fairly well at Kodo last year, at least early in the race and during practice and qualifying. But with that being said, let's look at the most interesting lineup that I came up with. I did not run it, but I did find this. You took all the least expensive drivers and the ones starting furthest in the back, so from 37th to 32nd, and only spending $30,600 or your $50,000, leaving $19,400 left. And if you had entered that in the $15 $500,000 contest, which $100,000 went to the winner, your $15 you could have won $50 and finished 400th place in that contest. That's crazy. That's even more insane than Talladega and Daytona, in my opinion. But either way, don't think anybody took it. And as you can see, Corey LaJoie was the only one to finish in the top 10. Actually, he had a top 5, finishing 5th. But everybody else was pretty much a top 20, except for Cody Ware, finishing 26. But as you can see, fast laps were all over the place. I mean, all these guys in the back ended up having fast laps. That's why dominators are not something we typically take at these super speedway races. And here's the reason why. So, I mean, BJ McLeod, I was texting a good friend of mine during the race and going, you know, they keep wrecking all these cars and BJ McLeod keeps himself, his equipment clean. He may end up getting himself his first win, or at least top 5. But either way, we are moving on to Circuits of the Americas in Austin, Texas, or just right outside of Austin, Texas, for our first road course of the year. And we've got some really good picks for this week. As you can see, Chase Elliott here. And last year was just horrendous. It rained the entire time. It didn't just rain. It gully washed, flooded, and they finally ended up having to call the race because the track was too wet. They do race on rain tires on road courses, and as you can see, they do have windshield wipers. But last year's winner, Chase Elliott, was in the lead when they finally decided to call the race. But let's look at some of the information for this week at the EchoPark Automotive Grand Prix Circuits of the Americas. As I stated, this is a road course type track. We do to 7 road courses in a year. 3 of those are kind of roval types, which are raced. Actually, 2 of those are roval types. Charlotte and Indy would be those. But either way, this track is 3.426 miles and has 20 turns. It is the most turns that we have at any road course. The race length of this is 68 laps. Dominator points are only 47.6. Dominator points will not be something we are concerned about this week. We are going to be looking almost strictly for place differentials and potential finishing positions. We're going to need to really hone in on who we think are going to finish in the top 4, top 5, and who's going to come from the back. Those are going to be the things that we look at. And for our comparisons this week, because we've only raced at COTA once and it was an S show, with all the rain, we have no real true gauge on how Circuits of America is going to run. I did use that in my comparisons, but we really need to take our comparisons for Sonoma, Road America, and Watkins Glen that did not have rain. We also used the Indy road course, which is through the infield. But the road race came. Let's break down the drivers. Remember, we have not qualified. We have not practiced. So make sure you come back and see me. I think I've got another baseball tournament on Sunday, so I'm going to try to do another live, probably late Saturday, which will be posted whenever you happen to start putting stuff together on Sunday. But as always, if you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, whatever, make sure you hit me up in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to respond to those. Also, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and get notified whenever I post a new video, go live when I do my iRacing on Wednesday and Thursday nights, typically at about 9 p.m. on the East Coast. So, as expected, our number one highest priced driver this week is Chase Elliott, $10,500. Follow along here. I'll kind of go through this. This is his power ranking here. Of course, there's his price there. And out of our comparison tracks, he has 2 wins, 5 top 5s, 5 top 10s, 5 top 20s. So he's finished in the top 5 of all 5 road courses. And those are the last 5 road courses, including the Indy road course. I left out the Daytona Roval, and I left out the Charlotte Roval because that they go back onto the high banks, and for a more even comparison to more of a road course, I left those out of this 5-race comparison. As you can see, we have our DraftKings average here at 60.1 is where he is averaged, and the average finish is 2.0, as this is the COTA race from last year, which was rain shortened. He finished first, and he has raced a total of 19 times at all road courses, including Rovals, since he entered the Cup Series. With those 19 starts, he has 7 wins, 11 top 5s, 13 top 10s, and 15 top 20s. So that kind of gives you a brief overview of what you're looking at in this box. And as you can see, the question mark for starting, because we have not practiced or qualified yet for that race on Sunday. They do that on Saturday. So I'll get all that information, input it in. Doubtful it will change Chase Elliott's number 1 power ranking, but it could change a lot of the other guys' power ranking on where they are starting, because the algorithm that I use pretty much had everybody very, very close together. Next in line here, we've got Kyle Larson, who is extremely good at road courses also, which was a big surprise to us last year. He's always been fair at road courses, but being in that Hendrick Motorsports car last year, he really turned it up a notch. Don't know what they're going to do with this next-gen car, but supposedly this next-gen car is much more geared for road courses than it is for ovals. So with that being said, we'll find out who's got it and who doesn't. But either way, Kyle Larson, 10,400, second on our power ranking this week. He does have 2 wins at the 5 comparison tracks, 4 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 5 top 20s, a 50.3 DraftKings average, and a 4.6 average finish. He finished second here at the Circuits of the America race last year, and 21 total starts on road courses, where he does have just the 2 wins from last year, 5 top 5s, 8 top 10s, 14 top 20s. Kyle Busch, 10,200 this week, 4th on our power ranking. Does not have a win in the last 5 road course starts, but does have 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, 5 top 20s, a 47.1 DraftKings average, and an 8.4 average finish. He finished 10th here at COTA last year, and has 41 total road course starts, with 3 wins, 14 top 5s, 23 top 10s, and 28 top 20s. Next, we've got Ryan Blaney at 10,000. Mr. Fairly consistent this year, but he's okay at road courses. 11th on the power ranking, so it's going to be really dependent on where Ryan ends up qualifying on the type of ownership we have. I think any of the 3 up above us easily. Kyle Busch did win the Xfinity race at COTA last year. That was it did rain, but they were able to go the entire distance. But Ryan Blaney has a power ranking this week of 11. Does not have a win in the last 5 races on road courses, but has 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, 5 top 20s, a 47.1 DraftKings average, and a 12.6 average. Ryan Blaney has 19 total starts on road courses this year, and has 1 win out of those 19, along with 5 top 5s, 9 top 10s, and 15 top 20s. Next in line here, we have Denny Hamlin, 9,800, 3rd on our power ranking this week. Does not have a road course win in the last 5 starts, but does have 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, 4 top 20s, a 35.2 DraftKings average, and an 11th place average finish. He has 39 total starts on road courses, and has 1 win, 12 top 5s, 19 top 20s, and 27 top 20s. Is that right? I'm not sure. Either way, he finished 14th here at COTA last year. Next, we have Martin Truex Jr., 9,700, who is actually a very, very good road course racer. Also has a power ranking of 5, and does not have a win in the last 5 road course starts, but does have 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, 4 top 20s, a 33.2 DraftKings average, and a 13.0 average finish. He finished 35th here after Cole Custer just absolutely demolished him, mostly because they couldn't see anything because of all the rain and spray from the road course. Finished 35th. It was a pretty ugly wreck. 37 total starts on road courses for Truex Jr. He does have 4 wins out of those 37, along with 14 top 5s, 20 top 10s, and 27 top 20s. Austin Cindric, 9,500. He's actually a pretty good road course racer, but since we don't have a whole lot of information, he does have 3 starts on road courses. But this new car should suit him a little bit better, but he does have a decent amount of Xfinity wins. He has a power ranking of 21st. This is one that I think will definitely change depending on qualifying. If he qualifies mid to towards the back, I'll have some ownership, which will raise his power ranking. But if he's starting up in the top 5, I'm not real sure. He did run really well at the beginning of this race last year, mostly because of tire strategy, but it'll be interesting to see where he practices and qualifies. So make sure you check back with me on Sunday. Either way, 3 starts total out of the last 5 that we're comparing. He does have 1 top 20, a 2.4 DraftKings average, and a 24th place average finish. He finished 25th here in the race last year, and those 3 starts as we just went over. William Byron, 9,300. Last week's winner. That cool Raptor paint scheme that he's got this week. But 9,300, 14th on our power ranking. And out of the last 5 road course starts, he has 1 top 10, 2 top 20s, a 2.0 DraftKings average. Oof, that's bad. And a 23.6 average finish. He finished 11th here at COTA last year. And at his 15 total starts on road courses with no top 5s, 5 top 10s, and 7 top 20. Next in line here, Joey Logano, 9,100, 8th on our power ranking this week. And out of the last 5 starts on road courses, Joey does not have a win, 2 top 10s and 3 top 20s, a 22.0 DraftKings average, and a 15.6 average finish. Joey finished 3rd here at COTA last year and has 33 total starts to his road course record, with 1 win, 10 top 5s, 17 top 10s, and 24 top 20s. Okay, next in line, we've got Christopher Bell, $9,000, 19th on our power ranking. It's going to be really dependent on where Christopher Bell qualifies, on how much ownership, because Christopher Bell actually has a decent resume when it comes to road course racing, which we'll kind of go over. In the last 5 starts on road courses, he has 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, 2 top 20s, with a 14.2 DraftKings average. He's had some rough luck, which has dropped that average down, along with a 21.4 average finish. One being COTA last year, where he finished 38th. He does have 9 total starts on road courses. He does have 1 win, and that came on the Daytona road course. And 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 3 top 20s out of those 9 starts. Seems to run well on road courses, has bad luck, which is going to happen. But next in line here, Chase Briscoe, 8,900, 9th on our power ranking. And out of the last 5 road course starts, he has 3 top 10s, 4 top 20s, a 42.3 DraftKings average, which is a pretty respectable DraftKings average, a 12.8 average finish, and finished 6th here at COTA last year. Chase has 7 total road course starts, all from last year, with 3 top 10s, 4 top 20s. AJ Allmendinger, or the road course ringer, kind of rhymes a little bit, but 8,800, 6th on our power ranking. 3 starts out of the last 5 comparison tracks that we're using, where he did win at the Indy road course last year. Does have 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s, 2 top 20s, a 28.2 DraftKings average, and a 12.8 average finish. He finished 5th here at COTA last year. 26 total road course starts in his career on road courses. Does have 2 wins, 5 top 5s, 13 top 10s, and 19 top 20s. Next in line, we've got Alex Bowman, 8,600, 13th on our power ranking week. And out of the last 5 road course starts that we're comparing, he has 2 top 10s, 4 top 20s, a 25.8 DraftKings average, and a 15.2 average finish. He finished 8th here at COTA last year. 19 total starts on road courses where he has 2 top 5s, 7 top 10s, and 13 top 20s. Tyler Reddick, 8,400, another driver who performs decently well on road courses and actually had a fairly good race last year here at COTA where he did finish 9th, but 12th on our power ranking for this week. And in the last 5 road course starts that we're looking at, 3 top 10s, 4 top 20s, a 26.8 DraftKings average, and a 13.4 average finish. Like we said, he finished 9th here in COTA last year. 9 total road course starts for Tyler Reddick with 3 top 5s, 6 top 20s. Ross Chastain, 8,200, with I think one of the best paint schemes. It's just a really well done paint scheme for this week. But Ross is 10th on our power ranking, and Ross is another one that I think potentially could get his first victory this weekend at COTA. But with that being said, he has, in the last 5 road course starts, 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, 4 top 20s, a 36.3 DraftKings average, and 11.8 average finish. He finished 4th here at COTA last year and has 12 total road course starts to his resume with 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, and 4 top 20s. Kevin Harvick, $8,000, 28th on our power ranking. Kevin's off to kind of a slow start this year so far, kind of where he left off last year, but he was finishing races a little bit better. I'm not sure what to make of Kevin so far this year. I don't know if he's quite taken to the next gen car as well as some of the other drivers, most of them being the young guns. But either way, Kevin Harvick, out of our last 5 road course starts, has 1 top 10, 2 top 20s, a 14.3 DraftKings average, and a 21.6 average finish. He finished 37th here at COTA last year. He does have 49 total starts, which is the most of all of our drivers at road courses, where he does have 2 wins to his record, 11 top 5s, 25 top 10s, and 39 out of the 49 top 20s. Next in line here, Kurt Busch, 7,800, 7th on our power ranking so far, pre-qualifying. So make sure you tune back with me on Sunday to find out where these guys actually will land and how much I'm thinking about taking them. Either way, so Kurt Busch has, out of the last 5 road course starts, has 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, 4 top 20s, a 41.2 DraftKings average. Very respectable, Kurt. 11.2 average finish, even more respectable. Because he had a 27th place finish here at COTA last year, he finished well at the other road courses. 48 total starts on road courses with 1 win, 15 top 5s, 27 top 10s, and 37 of those 48 he finished in the top 20. Pretty consistent road course racer. Brad Keselowski, oh yeah, I didn't bring that up. Boy, did NASCAR hammer him for making changes to his car that he was not allowed to make. $100,000 fine, 100 points, and 10 playoff points if he makes the playoffs. He's now like 30th in points. They just absolutely crushed him. I did see something. I've not researched it, so you can fact check me on it. But what I'm hearing, it is the heaviest penalty that NASCAR has ever laid out for team and driver. Good luck to Brad. He's going to have to win a race and make sure he stays in the top 30. Tough hill to climb because he hasn't done very well so far this year. That's the whole thing. He I guess, cheated last week and still didn't run good. So whatever cheating you were doing, you need to do a better job if it's going to cost you that much. But either way, Brad K, $7,600, 16th on our power ranking, and out of the last 5 starts on road courses, he has 3 top 20s, 17.6 DraftKings average, and a 21.2 average finish, where he finished 19th here at COTA last year. 31 total starts on road courses, does not have a win on that resume. It just has 7 top 5s, 10 top 10s, and 23 top 20s. Eric Jones next on our list here, 7,400, 17th on our power ranking, and out of the last 5 road course starts, Eric has 1 top 10, 4 top 20s, a 35.9 DraftKings average, and a 16.0 average finish. He finished 16th here at COTA last year, and 17 total starts on road courses where he does have 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s, and 12 top 20s. Not a bad road course racer. Next in line here, Chris Buescher, who is another one who does fairly well at road courses, just kind of consistent in the teens, but 7,300, 20th on our power ranking this week, has 5 top 20s out of the last 5 road course starts with a 31.7 DraftKings average and a 15.2 average finish. It'll be interesting where Chris Buescher qualifies on how much I'll be taking of. 20 total starts on road courses where he has 1 top 5, 1 top 10, and 16 out of 20 top 20s. Consistently in the top 20. Daniel Suarez, 7,100, 15th on our power ranking. Daniel's had a rough go on road courses, but he's actually a really good road course racer. The last 5 would not be that indication. Just some bad luck, and being with a rookie team last year kind of probably hindered him a little bit, but tell you what, so far Trackhouse Racing has come to the track to race. They have been fast. So I expect that to probably carry over to this weekend, and if Daniel can keep his car clean and out on the track, I think Daniel will end up having a very good finish in COTA. But make sure you check back with me on Sunday after qualifying practice. Daniel has 1 top 20 out of the last 5, a negative 4.1 DraftKings average, a 29.8 average finish, 17 total road course starts where he has 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s, and 8 top 20s. Not sure I mentioned it, but he finished 33rd at COTA last year. Austin Dillon, next in line here, $7,000, 23rd on our power ranking. And out of the last 5 starts, he has no top 5s, no top 10s, 4 top 20s, a 29.5 DraftKings average, and a 16.4 average finish, where he finished 12th here at COTA last year. 22 total starts to his resume with only 10 top 20s and no top 10s. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 6,900, 24th on our ranking. And out of the last 5 road course starts, he has 3 top 20s, a 26.6 DraftKings average, and a 20.2 average finish. Ricky finished 22nd here at COTA last year, and out of his total road course resume, where he has 25 starts, he only has 14 top 20s, top 10s. Can be a big indication on where he practices qualifies. Justin Haley, 6,800, 22nd on our ranking this week, and does have 1 top 10, 1 top 20 out of the last 5 starts with a 19.0 DraftKings average, a 25.5 average finish. He finished dead last year at COTA at finishing 40th, which drove a lot of those numbers down. Justin's pretty decent on the road courses, so it'll be interesting to see with a much better team this year on how well he can do. 7 total road course starts with 1 top 5, 1 top 10, 1 top 20. Next in line here, we've got Eric Almirola. Not the best road course racer, 6,600, 26th on our power ranking, pre-qualifying. And out of the last 5 starts on road courses, Eric has only 3 top 20s, a 21.3 DraftKings average, 20.4 average finish. Finished 26th here at COTA last year, and 26 total starts on his resume with 2 top 10s, 14 top 20s. Bubba Wallace, 6,400, 32nd on our ranking week, and out of the last 5 starts, Bubba has 2 top 20s, a 21.4 DraftKings average, and a 22.6 average finish. He finished 39th here at COTA last year, 15 total road course starts with only 2 top 20s. Bubba's not that good at road. Now, he will be racing a Joe Gibbs backed machine in the Xfinity race, so it'll be interesting to see if maybe some time in the simulator or in that car will help Bubba potentially race better on. So definitely not his strong. Michael McDowell, 6,200, who actually does have a decent amount of road course experience prior to coming to NASCAR, but his finishes just have not been great so far on road courses. But 25th on our ranking, does have one top 10, one top 20 so far in the last 5 road course starts. 16.3 DraftKings average and a 23.2 average finish. Michael finished 7th last year here at COTA, and 25 total road course starts with 3 top 10s, 11 top 20s. Next in line here, we've got Cole Custer, who had some really bad luck last year here at COTA. Just ran full speed into Truex Jr. Talked about that earlier. $6,000 this week, 31st on the rankings, and has 3 top 20s out of the last 5 road course starts with a 12.3 DraftKings average and 23.2 average finish. He finished 36th here last year at COTA. 9 total starts on road courses for Cole Custer, and 1 top 10, 5 top 20s. Kaz Gralla, 5,900, 29th on our ranking. Now, Kaz did race the Daytona road course last year, or the fall race for Austin Dillon when Austin Dillon had tested positive for COVID. But he raced really well, at least in that car. So that as you can see, he's got 1 road course start where he did have a top 10. So we'll have to see how he practices and qualifies this weekend at COTA to see how much we take Asgrala. Harrison Burton, 5,800, 27th on the rankings, and that's just kind of a crapshoot because we don't have any stats on Harrison Burton like we don't most weeks because he's brand new. He's a rookie. He's an okay road course racer when he was in the Xfinity Series. And they're really trying to get a feel for this new team that he's with and the new car and being in the Cup Series. Not sure about Harrison yet. Depends on where he practices and qualifies. Check back on Sunday. All right, next in line here we have Todd Gillen, who, as the same as Harrison, don't have much of any stats for him because he's a rookie in the Cup Series. But 5,600, 19th on the power ranking, mostly because he finished first here in the truck race last year at COTA. So that's really the biggest stat that we will be looking at. And he actually led quite a few laps in the Truck Series last year here at COTA. So decent little road course racer. Let's see where he practices and qualifies before we make a full decision on Todd. Corey LaJoie, 5,400. Top 5 last week. Good job for Corey. But 33rd on the rankings this week, where in the last 5 starts on road courses, he has 3 top 20s, a 28.0 DraftKings average, and a 19.8 average finish. He finished 20th here at COTA last year. 13 total starts on road courses with only 3 top 20s. Andy Lally will be substituting in for BJ McLeod this week. Andy Lally is a road course ringer. And something else, I kind of went back and looked at road course ringers, and other than AJ Allmendinger, who raced more full-time in Cup and Xfinity, but his roots came from road course racing. But guys, I mean, I know Andy Lally races a decent amount in the Xfinity Series, but he supposedly is a road course ringer. And road course ringers, in the past, other than just a select handful of guys who raced much more full-time in Cup and Xfinity, don't typically fare much better than the people that they substituted for. So I don't know really what to make of Andy Lally. Come back and check, but last year he did start once on a road course in a Cup Series where he finished 39th and had -2 points. So unless something really comes up and sparks my interest, I'm not sure how much ownership I'll have in Andy Lally. And he could practice really well and then just have a bad qualifying lap and start dead last in the field, and then I might think about it, but probably not. 6 total road course starts for in the Cup Series with only 1 top 20. Ty Dillon here, 5,200, 30th on our rankings, has 2 starts on the road courses in the last 5 that we're comparing, with a 31.0 DraftKings average and a 23.5 average finish. He finished 21st here in race last year here at COTA, and 13 total road course starts where he has 4 top 20s. Joey Hand, somebody they're bringing in as a road course expert. Joey Hand is priced at $5,000, 35th on our rankings, and did start one cup race prior where didn't finish in the top 20, so I didn't even go investigate. So once again, kind of like Anthony Lally, I'm gonna pause and wait to see how things kind of go. All right, now we have gotten to our back markers here. We will skim through these fairly quickly. Josh Bilicki, 4,900. Out of 12 total road course starts, he does have one top 20. You can read the stats, but I'm probably not going to take much ownership of these guys, other than Forrest said, no, I'm not going to take much of what he said. He is a road course ringer. He has raced 30 times in the Cup Series, almost all on road courses or super speedways, but 30 times he has raced on road courses in the Cup Series. 1 top 5, 7 top 10s, 12 top 20s. He might be the most interesting one, but he's, don't take any offense to this because I'm old too. He's old. 60, I think, maybe, or in his 50s. So, depends on where he practices and qualifyings. And then we have Luis Hezomens. Don't have a clue if that's how you pronounce it or not. That's kind of what I've heard. But 4,600, and he is a road course expert coming from, I want to say in Europe. But either way, 36th on the power rankings. I don't know. Not sure where I'm going to end up putting or have much of him. All right, so we'll look at 4 of our road courses from last year. The first one being photo race from last year. Remember, it was a torrential downpour. They ended up having to call the race early after 54 laps of the 62 scheduled laps. But we had 2-ish dominators, because we're not really looking at dominators. Joey Logano led 14 laps, Chase Elliott led 5, Ross Chastain led 4, Michael McDonald led 3, and Ryan Preece led 2. Dominating points are not going to be an issue, and we're looking for it because, as you can see, we had a finish of 1, 4, 6, 7, and 3, but decent amount of PD upsides here, and we didn't use all of our money, $4,500 left. Now, Coda last year is just an anomaly. I'm not putting a whole lot of stock into the stats from Coda last year, so practice and qualifying will be something to drill in to and kind of see what type of speeds these guys have. Watkins Glen is our next track that we had from last year, where we had 90 laps of action with 2 dominators, if we're looking at dominators. And Kyle Larson led 27 laps. Martin Truex Jr. led 34. We had really only one PD upside person, which was Chase Briscoe, who went from 27th to 9th. Only 2 value guys, and 3 of the people finished in the top 5. So, really became finishing orders and pricing, which was what really kind of we're going to need to look at for using Flynn. Road America was all about just a debacle during qualifying. I'm not even sure. I remember that Chase Elliott ended up couldn't ever make a qualifying lap, so ended up starting 34th. Same with Kyle Busch, ran off the course and had to go to a backup car, started 40th. But I mean, literally all 6 of these drivers were all PD upsides, and we had 3 guys finish in the top 5. $1,900 left. That one was actually a fairly easy lineup to work on. It was really who was the 6th guy to take, because literally it was like, okay, definitely take Chase, take Kyle. Briscoe was fairly new to the sport, but starting 35th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., same thing. I mean, these guys were all starting in the very back of the pack. Sonoma is going to be something we probably would look at a little bit more, where Kyle Larson led 57 laps of 92. Kurt Busch, Joey Logano. Now, at that race, literally second was Chase Elliott, and third was Martin Truex Jr., and they literally, you could have thrown a blanket over top of them. They were that tight with each other. But Kyle Larson ended up leading most of those. and nobody else could get around him. So we didn't have any money left over for an optimal lineup, and the rest of it was somewhat of a PD upside, much more of a finishing position, even though we only had 2 in the top 5. The road courses are a little bit tricky unless something happens in qualifying, and then it becomes a little bit clearer on who we should be taking, who we should have high ownership on. Either way, once again, I have this listed as check back on Sunday at noon. I will not be live at that time because I'll be at a baseball tournament with my son, but I will try to go live probably at about 11:30 Saturday night, which will then be available for you to watch on Sunday when you're putting lineups together. So I'll be breaking down how practice and qualifying went and how much ownership I'm thinking of each driver and who really we should hone in on and maybe who we should avoid for the weekend. So either way, make sure you come back and check me out in a couple days and I'll have all that information for you. Thanks for joining. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and have a great weekend. We'll see you on Sunday-ish. All right, have a good one. Bye.
Take a good deep breath. Get ready to roll here. Only about one thing tonight, getting the W's, so got to be around at the end to do that. Get ready to roll tonight, boys. Let's go have some fun.
Don't get me any more fired up than I already am.
All the way to the checkered. You're fine. Nobody's got to run. Checker time, baby!
Hell yeah!
Proud of you there, Mac. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day. Great work, my man. Great work.
Keep putting yourself in position, we'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job.
Great job, guys. Excellent work, my man. Excellent work. Thank you.
Man, that's awesome. Set out with a goal, we got it here, bud. Thank you very much.
Really proud of you, man. Drove your butt off tonight. We had the fastest car here, bud.
Probably killed our deal there. Just feel like I gave one away. Yeah, boys. Way to rebound. Great job.
Great job, bud. Really good job. Appreciate you hanging in there with us all weekend.
What a weekend. Good job. Thank you.